Welcome back into Foxy and Friends. We hope everybody's having a great Friday. This week, for your listening pleasure, we have Travis Lee Kern.
Registration ends August 10th, and my friends say I better be on the road. This might be the last chance we get to find a job now that the mine's closed. But the community college didn't have the class I wanted. How to feed your family without leaving right cove. And there ain't no starting over when you got nowhere to go. Stuck between a hard place and a lump of coal. Bought a golden ring with my first load, and the Lord and Kathy gave me a happy life. That was almost 20 years ago. Now I need to change overnight. But the community college didn't have the class I wanted. How to feed your family without leaving right code. And there ain't no starting over when you got nowhere to go. Stuck between a hard place and a lump of coal. Little Jessie's going there this year. I never thought a girl would grow so fast. Yesterday I held back the tears when she said she could tutor me after class. But the community college didn't have the class I wanted. How to feed your family without leaving right cove. And there ain't no starting over when you got nowhere to go. Stuck between a hard place and a lump of coal. Stuck between a hard place and a lump of coal. I'm stuck between a hard place and a lump of coal. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Travis Lee Kern. Okay, I've got your CD here.
Yes.
Good looking CD. So
Thank
tell
you.
us about it.
Yeah, so I recorded that at Sneak Attack Studio in Lexington with Jason Groves. Last year, I released it in October of 17, so it's been under a year now that it's been out. I wrote the songs, really, they center around the song The Coal's Low, and it really imagines the life of my grandfather, Patrick Kern, who was a coal miner, and his love of his life, Lee Kern. They had 9 kids together, my dad being one of them.
Wow.
And so they lived in Scott County, Virginia, and he would travel into Wise County and work in the mines. And so he was actually killed in a mining accident long before I got to meet him. But in that way, writing the songs, I really wanted to get to know him through imagining the relationship. And so there's sad songs, wondering how, like this, hey, what are we going to do? There can be only so many HVAC repairmen in our town. I could go back to school, but man, we might have to move, But then there are the happy sides as well. And so there are other characters that emerge, but it's just, it's kind of a love story between my grandparents. It's also, I think, a love letter to the mountains and the place that, this area is so beautiful, it's so wonderful, and so proud to be from here.
Well, we want to hear another song, obviously.
Okay, absolutely, yeah. So, all right, let me get my harp here.
The one-man band.
One-man band, that's right. So that was a sadder song. This is kind of a lighter side of their relationship, and so it's called Solid Love. Thank you. Thank you.
You're listening to Foxy and Friends. We got Travis Lee Kern with us. That was number 5 on your album.
Yes, absolutely.
So where can we get this album?
Yeah, so you can get it really wherever you consume music online. So it's on Amazon, iTunes, Bandcamp. I would really prefer Bandcamp because then I get more profit from that. You get the same CD, but or you get the same digital copy. It's high quality, but it's just a real more independent artist friendly platform. However, if you're not comfortable with that, please, by all means, get it from iTunes, Apple Music. It's on Spotify. It's just wherever you consume it. Yeah.
Now tell us a little bit of your background. Like, when did you start making music?
Sure. I started taking piano when I was like 5, and honestly, I hated it. Can I say that on here? I later went back to it after I learned guitar, and I still play, and I love it now that I've kind of figured out playing by ear and whatnot. But I really started writing music, learning guitar. I didn't learn guitar until I was 21, and I was at Center College in Danville, Kentucky, and I grew up in Big Stone Gap, Virginia, just over the mountain here from Pikeville. My mom's she was born in Hellier, and she went to Mullins High School. I grew up in Big Stone, going to Coal Run, where my mama lived at that point. So this is a really familiar area to me. But anyway, I started writing these songs when I was in college, and I moved to Nashville to be a songwriter and be a commercial songwriter. And though I learned a lot and I wrote a ton on Music Row, I really wanted to get back to the mountains, get back home. And it was at that point when I started writing the songs for this record and starting to put together, really trying to figure out, who am I? You know, I value that I'm a mountain man. I value that I'm a mountain musician. I value that my grandma played clawhammer banjo, and her dad played fiddle and banjo and would come off the mountain and tell stories and do that. You know, that's all part of me too. You know, it's part of all of us, our history. And so all that kind of started playing a part into what the kind of music I wanted to write, and what kind of musician I wanted to be, and what I wanted to portray. So.
And I was looking on here. It looks like something you have something coming up on the 19th. Yeah,
I'm playing Main Street Live in Danville, Kentucky. Man, you know, like so many cities around, they're really saying, hey, we want the art scene to be part of our city because it makes it more. It makes life better for all residents, right?
Yeah.
And so Danville has been putting on once a month live music. They have a food truck. They have a nonprofit set up some tables to bring awareness, and it's a Whizziger Park. So there's a little permanent stage built there, and those type of events are easy to put on, and communities all around are doing it. All should do it. It supports the arts, but it also just makes life better for all residents, and I'm proud to be a part of it. It's on the 19th. It's free. It's 6:00. So. I'm also playing in Whitesburg on a Main Street event, September 8th. So if anybody's around here, anybody wants to come and hear some more of this, September 8th at 6:00, Main Street Live in Whitesburg. So I'm not exactly sure where that is in Whitesburg, but I'm pretty sure it's small enough we can all figure it out, right? So,
something we've talked about on the show before is that people are kind of losing a sense of community because they stay indoors on their cell phones and, scrolling through Facebook and whatever. And so these events like you're talking about, they're usually always free.
Yeah.
And it's people from your neighborhood that you're going to be meeting up with, talking to, and supporting.
Absolutely. And you know what else? It reminds us of how wonderful of a life we have here in the mountains too. I mean, you can put on some type of event and bring the community out, and you're looking up at these beautiful hills and smelling this crisp air, and you're knowing a lot of people around you, or you're meeting new people that are like you, and just makes you feel part of the community, happy, and I tell you, we should all do it, whether you're attending those or if you're on the council or something and in a position where you can put those on. They're really powerful events, and so I'm a big fan.
Well, we're big fans of yours, and we would love to hear another song.
Absolutely, thank you. So this song I'm getting ready to sing is called Empty Roanoke Coal Train, and I wrote it as I said, I went to Center College, and when I would come home to Big Stone Gap, I'd have to go through the tunnel at Middlesboro, right? And then I'd turn onto 58 and drive that road. And I was just thinking about how sometimes I'd pass different places in Jonesville or Pennington or different places that I'd see these empty coal trains coming into the region, and pretty soon you'd see them coming right back out, right? And I was doing the same thing, man. I'd be running on empty, and I needed to see my family. But when I went back, I was filled up. And so you may not know a lot of the place names, or you may, but it's really about going home, and especially to the mountains here. And so, yeah, it's Empty Roanoke Coal Train. Lord God, forgive me for driving while I pray, but it seems to me you were showing off on this stretch of 58 with the Walden's Ridge and White Cliffs cradling this winding trail. Here's the greenest rolling pastures ever sowed by man. You can tell them cows think they've died and made it to the glory land. Yet this road home's familiar. It's like my truck is riding on rails, to where there's a family waiting for me. Let's love me through my sins, and a little church that'll always take me in. I'm like an empty Roanoke coal train rolling to the bullet mine. I'm flying toward that Wise County line. Come on, let's ride. Outside of Pennington, they're saying 15 miles to go, and a hunger pain reminded me of the burgers at the patio. But I know I've reached the summit, and the wheels of my mind are on a downhill road. I've never been so anxious for that welcome to Big Stone Gap. Thank you, Lord, for raising me in this dot on the Virginia map. When I'm running out of steam, it's one place that can fill my soul, where there's a family waiting for me. Let's love me through my sins, and a little church that'll always take me in. I'm like an empty Roanoke coal train rolling to the road of mine. I'm flying toward that Wise County line. One more time. That have loved me through my sins, and a little church that'll always take me in. I'm like an empty Roanoke coal train rolling to the Derby mine. I'm flying toward that Wise County line. I'm just an empty Roanoke coal train. God, I'm making time, flying toward that Wise County line.
Awesome. So that one is number 1 on the album.
Yes.
Okay, so which song is your favorite then? You said they're all kind of based around, I guess, the title track here.
Yeah, the coleslaw. Yeah, my favorite one is probably the one I just read. Just played. I didn't read it, guys. That was from memory. Yeah, that would be my favorite because I guess it's so personal. It's so personal about coming home and filling up. And, there was a period when sometimes it takes us leaving home to know what we left behind. And it was going to Center and being in Danville, even though it's just 3.5 hours from the mountains there in Big Stone. It made me realize, hey, I'm a little different from folks here. Why is that? What makes me different? What do I value? And that's a powerful experience, leaving home, and then so then getting the opportunity to come back, it really makes you appreciate it. And I don't care where you're from; it doesn't matter. that's a powerful experience. So for me, it just happened to be coming back to these beautiful mountains. But yeah, so that one is my favorite. And in fact, it's interesting. It's gotten picked up by different internet radio stations and such. So I got contacted by a station in Switzerland that was like, hey, we're loving this song, we're playing it. They had me record like you're listening to it on my phone and send it to them. Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. I was like, wow, this is insane. This station in Spain sent it to me and said, we played your song, you know, Empty Roanoke Coltrane today, and they listed other artists, and it was artists that I really respect, and I was like, dang, that's really intense. Like I was really blown away by that. And then occasionally different things will pop up like that. Those were the most mind-blowing from my perspective. But yeah, it's been played at a lot of local regional radio stations as well. So I'd love to hear it on 94.3. I mean, that'd be amazing. But yeah, so that's probably my favorite for a lot of reasons in that way. Yeah.
So give us the rundown one more time where we can get your music, where you're going to be next.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow I'm actually on a radio station in Bluntville, Tennessee, 96.3 The Possum. And I'm on the Mountain Matinee show with Canjo John, so that's kind of neat. It'll be like a back and forth like this. This has been a wonderful day. This has been beautiful. And then I've got Main Street Live in Danville, Kentucky on the 19th. And then I'm playing at the Tobacco Festival in Lancaster, Kentucky. If you're ever around, that's a nice hometown festival. I'll be playing at 11 o'clock there on August 11th. And there's some other ones that we've been talking about in between, but those are the main ones there, with Whitesburg being September 8th. So, yeah, it's good stuff. I'll also be, those of you, I don't know if anybody listening in the Tri-Cities area, I'll be playing at the Down Home, legendary music venue in Johnson City on September 11th, opening up for Ron Short and the Possum Playboys. And that is a good band if you never heard them. And Ron grew up in Dickinson County, right across the way. He lives in Scott County, Virginia now, but he plays out on these parts. So
that sounds like a good time.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. So absolutely.
And again, where can we get your music?
Oh, so sorry. Hey, that's important. Online. You know, if you Google Travis Lee Kern, a lot of stuff pops up. I recommend Bandcamp. It's a page where you can buy the physical copy if you like CDs, or you can buy a digital copy. And you know who actually mails it out? I mail it out. I'll write you a note in there and I'll be like, thank you for buying this. That's what I do. But if that's not comfortable with you, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, all over the place, pretty much digitally wherever you consume music.
And you can always come to the show.
Yes,
actually,
I will have merch.
Yeah,
I've even gotten some T-shirts lately.
Oh.
Imagine that. That's awesome.
Well, I'm looking at the time here, and I feel like we can squeeze in one more song.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, that's great. I would love to play what's going to be the title track of my next record. I'm recording in the fall. It's called Hot Car. And yeah, so this is really about dreams and how they evolve over time. And I hope you enjoy it. It's Hot Car. Class was slow in high school, hot cars were my escape. The kind that shine with clean lines, rumbling V8s. They could be any color, but I made them pencil gray. They all had the muscle me away. I was proud to be from that town, but I craved the unknown. I set my sights on a powerful ride in the places that I'd go someday. I know I'll get away, pedal down on the interstate. I would dream of a hot car. Years later I was working but I chose to pay the rent. It made me humble and a little sweaty. Everywhere I went, someday I'll make it to a better place. Windows up, I'll have it made. I would dream from a hot car. Well, I drive an SUV to haul around my kids. Now they're my dreams, the best thing I ever did. I wanna buy 'em all Mustangs and shield them from heartache. But they need the space to learn from their mistakes. It's the hardest road I've ever known, helping these kids turn out alright. Like my parents, I'll just do my best, say a prayer every night. Someday I know they'll drive away. God, I hope they'll be okay as they dream of a hot car. One way or another, may they get to drive a hot car. Thank you.
Travis Lee Kern, everyone, you can check him out, travisleekern.com. And of course, thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. This is a pleasure.
Stay tuned, there's more Foxy and Friends coming up.